This hangout on air is live. I can tell because it has a little graphic that popped up on my screen.
Yep.
So it's the Chilean Blasto Hour of Intellect. This is what, volume 4 or 5?
This is volume 5.
We're getting quite voluminous with our volumes.
Yes.
The volumes are quite voluminous.
Yeah. Well, despite all of the wonderful stuff that you wrote about tonight's episode, it's all fucked up.
It's all lies.
It's
smoke and mirrors, buffoonery.
lies!
So, yeah, we were going to have a guest, the originator of the Rock Out With Your Cock Out, Toad. He was the one who started that whole thing in this world that we live in. But what happened to him?
Well, he was injured in a terrible Frisbee golf accident today in Oklahoma.
What, was he killed for playing Frisbee golf like a fucking hippie in Oklahoma?
I think the fucking disc landed on the ice, and so did he, and that was probably it. I don't know. I can't believe that he called in, but call in sick. But he's not going to be on, folks.
How do you get hurt playing Frisbee? He must have been fucking plowed.
Oh, well, we know that he was probably completely annihilated. And that's good. Here's cheers to Toad, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed, indubitably. This is the one I'll be opening up in a little bit. So that's a good tease. You know, in fact, I'm going to open this up now because while we decided to figure out the non-intuitiveness of Google today, even though it was, really nothing new we had to do, it just decided to not work because it's Google. I take all that back. Google to run the fucking world. So anyway, this is the beer I typed about. This is Lagunitas Brewing Company's the Hairy Eyeball Ale.
Oh, wow.
I did a little bit of research on this, John. Let me see if I can get this on this high-tech screen. The IBU 56.66.
Yeah.
Do you know what that stands for?
Actually, International British Units.
Close. That's actually close.
What does it mean?
It means, oh, come on. Hello, Fox of Fire, I need you to function. There you go. So it is the International Bitterness Unit Scale, which is a standard for measuring the amount of hops in one's beer. For example, a hoppy beer like an IPA will have a very high IBU rating, like 75. While a malty beer like a stout will usually, but not always, be around 30.
Mm-hmm.
And this is me saying it now, the piss yellow beers of America, the lagers that we don't like to drink, but
right.
The rest of the football meathead watching Americans like to drink.
Yep.
The Coors Light, Miller Lite, Bud Light, Ultra.
Made of rice, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, delicious, flavorless rice.
Yes.
Those have a rating of about 10 IBUs.
Oh.
So you know how beer is supposed to be brewed with hops too?
Yes.
Yeah, well, if you have hops in your beer, I don't think there's any way you could have a rating of 10 IBUs. So I think they're all liars. That's my take on this.
Well, now what was your beer, like 2,000 on the scale?
Yeah, it's got take that 8 and turn it sideways. That's what it said. It's infinite. No, it's this one is 56.66. I'm gonna pop it open now. Because while we sat here waiting for the Googles to function properly, the bottle started sweating. I don't want to get too cold.
No. Now, your Lagunitas there, I had some the other day.
Which one do you have?
I didn't have the hairy eyeball. I had another ale that they provided, and it was fantastic. And they are made in both California and Chicago.
Oh, they do Chicago too?
Yes, they brew in Chicago as well.
They're getting a little macro. Yeah, this is the Lagunitas Brewing Company, Petaluma, California. Beautiful Petaluma. California.
That's right. Yes, Petaluma.
So look how fucking dark this is, man.
Holy shit.
That's pretty proper. That's like this is not a Coca-Cola. You can see in the lights. It looks like a little bit watered down Coke.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it doesn't taste much like Coke.
Well, give me the hints, man. I bet it's delicious.
It is. Oh, it's very malty, actually. It's much closer to Coke than I would have thought.
Oh shit!
It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's a good mix of. Never had a beer like somebody's homebrew where they over malt it,
Yes.
but they tried to make like an IPA, but then it comes out tasting really malty.
Yeah.
Is that? But I'm pretty sure it's intentional because this is kind of like a cross between just an ale, a very plain ale, and a barley wine in flavor. So it's got that sweetness that a barley wine would have.
Yeah.
And it would see this makes sense too for all of you people who don't understand beer, which is probably very few in our audience. Let's see, alcohol by volume 9.1%. The
Yeah.
higher that volume is, usually the sweeter they get. That's why the barley ones are usually like 12, 13%, and they taste like molasses.
Right. Right.
But
So they got.
this is a this is a good balance between like if you want to get totally S-faced, you drink. Why am I not cussing? If you want to get totally shit-faced,
I don't know. What's going on?
You drink it and see now this is we touched on this a little bit last time too. If you want to go to a party and like be the classy guy, you show up with the 4-pack that costs you like $10.
Yes.
Now, if you want to get fucking hammered, you drink a whole bunch of barley wines. But barley wines usually come in a 10-ounce bottle and a 4-pack, and it's like 14 or 15 bucks for a 4-pack of the stuff because it gets you so plowed so quickly. So what I would recommend is if you want to get totally shit-faced, go out and get 2 4-packs of a barley wine, or maybe like a 6-pack of the 22-ounce bottles of these, of course. So anyway, this is a proper beverage to the folks at Lagunitas. I approve.
You have our blessing. I've even like I said, I had some 2 weeks ago, I think, just because I noticed that it was Petaluma and Chicago, and I'm in the beer club here, so I get to just run the gamut of
decadent. Being in a beer club.
Fucking awesome beers. So
I'm going to do something now. By the way, sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to do something now. I'm going to capitalize on technology right now.
Okay.
Because while we took a break during the holidays,
yes,
I had several beers lined up for several shows. But of course, when the holidays hit, we went to visit family and all that. And then I came home for New Year's, had to work after first, and I had all this beer sitting here, and so I sat down at the computer and instead of like partying, raging like an idiot, I wrote a fucking blog. But I drank beer while I did it, and I had 3 22-ounce bottles on New Year's Eve by myself, so I drank alone. So what I'm going to do now is I saved the bottles.
I drink alone.
Yeah. In fact, I called it a New Year's Eve hat trick. I did it all all 3.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
That ties in. You didn't even know that, but that ties in. Just keep going.
Oh, okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm capitalizing on technology. I'm texting my wife, who is all like probably 30 feet away from me, except she's downstairs and can't hear me talking because I would annoy her. And I'm going to ask her to bring up those bottles. Bring up the 4 spent beer. No, not beer. No, there. Bottles on the counter.
I don't know if this is going to go well, but we'll see.
I need them for show and tell. Because one while one was kind of, I won't say foul tasting, but it had a bitchin' looking bottle. And somebody last year during the holidays recommended I try it because they liked it so much. But I couldn't find it, so I found it this year. And I went, oh shit, I gotta buy it. So I did, and I was underwhelmed by it. But it's a cool bottle, really cool bottle, which I'll approve if my wife shows up with these beer bottles.
Okay. Well, a message to our fans, the one in Pakistan and the 3 others that we haven't figured out yet. Sorry about the promises of a Christmas episode. That was my bad. Actually, my technology did everything it could to completely self-destruct. And as a matter of fact, to get my music off of the laptop and everything, I'm gonna have to actually pull out the hard drive card
Yeah.
and plug it in to something else. I don't know how that works, but my wifey, she's computer savvy. I'm not. She said there's a way to recover all this stuff, but if I lose it, I lose a lot of recordings and all that. So Christmas really sucked. Ha ha ha. Yeah.
It sucked. Ha ha ha.
I found some reindeer shit in my backyard, and that's all I got.
Thank you, Santa.
But as you'll notice, I'm still in the spirit of the holidays. I've decided to leave my Christmas tree up all year, and I'm gonna decorate it for every single holiday. Of course, St. Patrick's Day, it's just probably gonna be full of green and like
soak it with beer on St. Patrick's Day, just like you're gonna do to yourself.
Well, I'm wearing this special hat because, of course, I live in the flyover country, as you said earlier, which I found very amusing. Fuck the Midwest.
Look at all that cold weather down there. Fuck it, keep going.
Yeah, keep going to Florida. Fuck this.
I hear there's a lot of shysters in Florida.
Yeah.
Snatch in the FLA.
That's right. Just like that. Well, it's been a nice winter up until the last 2 fucking weeks, and we've been pounded with sub-zero crap temperatures. This is the worst part of the winter. So I'm wearing this special hat. I'm still in the holiday spirit. So I got a special beer, and it's for America's hat, Canada.
America's mullet, also known as Canada.
Yeah. So here we go, Frenchie.
Fin du monde. That means the end of the world in French.
That does. You know French. I can smell the cheese.
Je parle français, monsieur.
Well, this company, Unibrow, which probably describes a lot of the lady folk up there, eh? I'm sorry, Canada. I'm not meaning to piss you off, but we're pissing everybody off, so fuck them all.
Our job, so.
Yeah, we're looking to offend people. But Unibrow makes some awesome beers. Now, a long time ago, when I was out there in California, somebody turned me on to Moi Dit, which had a picture of Satan up in the sky, and then there was these dudes in a canoe, because, yeah, apparently there's a lot of hallucinogens up there in Canada. Some canoers got lost, and they made a pact with the devil, and they're still ghosts, so they made a beer about it. And now they made the end of the world. And I'm actually going to get that tattooed somewhere on me. Le fin du monde. Fuck yeah. Because
that's awesome.
You
should do that in like 10 different... Like every... Here's what you do. To keep yourself in the holiday spirit, every holiday that comes along, you tattoo that phrase, the end of the world, on your body in a different language. And hopefully in a language that reflects the holiday. Like St. Patrick's Day would be maybe Celtic or something. And Chinese New Year, Chinese, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Boxing Day, that's past, but.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
I'd just say the end of the world day.
Right, and I might make that a national holiday when I declare myself supreme ruler and dictator. But this beer is a spiced beer, and I love these around Christmas time. You know, and it's really kind of a light beer.
Oh, I know that pizza joint.
Yes, thank you, Davids.
Yes. Have you conveniently scratched off the address and the phone number?
That just happened through belligerent use. I mean, I don't know how many times I've put this glass in my pocket and walked down the street with beer in it.
That's awesome.
It's kind of wore away, so yeah, it's not from California. It's from the other Davids, some in Oklahoma.
Somewhere else in the flyover country, or they're frozen.
Right. I was hanging out with Toad, and so as you can see, this is pretty light beer.
Yeah, it's light in color, but it looks foggy and unfiltered, or lightly filtered at best.
It is unfiltered. It is actually bottle re-fermented. So we've got...
So they fermented it once, and then they fermented it again?
Yes. So there's a big pack of yeast at the bottom, whereas if I were to get a hold of some of that, I'd probably be shitting my brains out tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
Right out. Super colon blow at the bottom of every bottle.
Uh-huh.
There you go, be some Sam Scratch.
Yeah. And it's like, so we had
oh my God, it looks like Chewbacca behind you.
Sam Squamch. It's a fucking Sam Squamch. Holy shit.
Oh, that's gonna be your comedic epilogue to Leviathan. You're gonna write a song called Sam Squamch.
Sam Squamch. Not the Sasquatch, the Sam Squamch. But hey, wow, see, everything is meant to be, because that's from the Trailer Park Boys, actually. That's what Bubbles calls a Sasquatch, is a Sam Squamch. And so there was one just walking behind me.
Right by my cold. You can't kick it out.
Right by my... See this picture behind me?
Yeah.
It's really awesome. It was actually like a really well done oil painting with the I don't know what you call it, the waves and shit, you know, of the ocean.
Was.
And then there's jet fighters flying over, and they're dropping sea creatures with parachutes into the sea that must not have sea creatures in them anymore. So obviously a hippie was in control of that fucking thing. I think it's pretty cool though. I better watch my back, though. I'm getting out the shotgun. There's Sam Squamch back here.
Yeah, you should.
But this beer is loaded. It's got 9% alcohol.
Oh, man.
It's a favorite of mine, actually.
Is it sweet, or is it wheaty, or how's it taste?
It tastes clovey, you know.
Oh yeah, with the mulling spices in it.
Yeah, that spice flavor like that, and.
So is it a wheat beer? I would imagine by the color.
Yeah, it's wheat. Yep, it's a wheat beer.
Did they purchase any Anheuser-Busch rice field rice to brew that with, perhaps?
I highly doubt it. This stuff came with a cork, you know, a real cork.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's pretty bitchin' when it comes with that.
Yeah.
And you know, it's I don't know, it's a little bitter, but I like it. You know.
Does it have any like citrus tang to it, like the orange peel or anything like that?
Definitely like some orange zesty kind of shit going on with the cloves and, you know, the kind of a cinnamony kind of aftertaste. Yeah. So, but I absolutely love this beer, especially around this time of year, because it's really good. It's not something that I'd probably drink in the summertime,
right? Because
it's good for the cold.
Yeah. You don't want that in the summertime.
Yeah.
So my
cork.
Oh, sweet. Yep. Yeah, that's a sign of a good beer too. Usually the Belgians will have those.
Yeah.
So speaking of holiday beers, I have two specific. Excuse me. I have two specific holiday beers. But first, I'm gonna go through the more boring ones. Now, boring doesn't mean they suck. They're still pretty good. This is I'm gonna do them in a scale of. No, I'm not. I take that back. This was my least favorite because wasn't like there was no holy shit wow factor to it, but it was still good. It is a blonde Kolsch style ale, and you know it's fucking metal because there's umlauts over the O in Kolsch.
Right.
By Island Brewing Company. And this
Okay.
was just a blonde ale. It tasted like, I mean, really lager, just a little bit thicker. Just nothing special. Good though. I mean, good. Like this would have been good in the summertime. It was a nice
Okay.
light, but still, not a crappy American shit beer.
Hey, let me ask you about that. Was it really sweet?
No, no, it wasn't. It was very pilsnery tasting, even though it's Kolsch style ale. I don't know what Kolsch style is when it comes to ale, but to me it translates to might as well be a lager type.
Well, yeah, I had a Cole style, and it was sugary, man.
Oh, really? No, no, this
Yeah.
one wasn't sweet at all. It was just like you would expect a unfiltered lager to be. It was good, but not I like the more bitter stuff. But it was very good. For those of you who now see, here's the thing. For those of you fucking retards out there that still drink Budweiser and Bud Light and Coors Light and all that shit, buy this instead. I mean, it tastes the way those dream of tasting.
Yes.
It's way. I mean, it's the same type of lightness. It's not even as thick as like Boddington's. Boddington's has a little bit of thickness to it. This didn't have that. This one was just very weedy, very pilsnery tasting. It was very good. Like if you wanted something cool and refreshing in the summertime, this would be the one. Then I had this is a local company. They take pride in being from the 805 area code here. Firestone was it the Union Jack IPA? Because I had that. It's very good. I've had this several times, and I picked it up. Yeah, I was going to gift it to somebody else at work, and then I went, I already got you 3 of them in the beer pack, so fuck you. And I drank it myself. It's good. And then this one was really good. Now, this one is by Stone, which we all love, of course. And you'll see it says, enjoy by 12/26/14. Now, I was out of town, and this was here, so I waited until the 28th. This one was so hoppy and fresh that it tasted like fucking grapefruit peel, but in a good way. This was like somebody dropped an entire grapefruit in this bottle and fermented it with like maybe this much grapefruit and fucking this much hops, and it was really good.
Okay, so that's Stone
Yes.
Stone Brewing Company.
Yep.
Okay, that must have been what I had at that pizza place that I play at solo, because it was the same thing. It was grapefruit. Grapefruit.
That might have been. Yeah, it's a seasonal one.
Ah, okay. So now I know what to look
Seasonal,
for there.
So you won't find it, 12/26/14. If you find now, the good news, America, or anywhere, I guess, if you do find this, it's probably still good because the enjoy by date is a bunch of horseshit. But if you find it, it'll be on clearance because of the date on it. So buy it and drink it. You'll like it if you like the hoppy, grapefruity, citrusy tasting beer. Very refreshing, very tasty. And then the last one I had. Now this is the one I was telling you about earlier. It's by Rogue, and it was recommended to me as a really, really good beer. And maybe I'm just spoiled because my brother-in-law actually makes the best pumpkin ale I've ever had. I've had very few, but his is actually really, really good. Like would make you like a pumpkin ale suddenly. So look at this fucking bottle, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
Solid painted orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's Rogue Farms, and it's actually also brewed with Rogue Farms pumpkin. So I guess they grow their own pumpkins on their farm in Rogue, in Oregon, and in Independence, Oregon, actually. And this one, it was good, but it wasn't as good as I think I went into it like, when somebody tells you, oh my God, you gotta see this movie. Oh, it's the best thing ever. And then you go expecting the best movie ever, and it's like, it's okay. That's
yeah. We had this here. Rogue.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's the maple donut bacon shit, right?
Well, it didn't really give you that. It was pretzel, raspberry, and chocolate ale.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of. Okay.
No, but it's the same thing, and of course a powder-coated bottle. It's pink, of course. I don't know. What did you think of that, Paula? Did you like that beer?
Yeah.
She liked it, so that meant that it was good and sweet, and it lived up to its name. We had a pumpkin ale too. It didn't have a hint of pumpkin in it. I don't know what it was called, but it was good beer. but
Yeah.
you know, the pumpkin part of it was missing.
Yeah.
uh,
What does your hat say? God's good, buddy.
yeah, with a semi truck driving through the clouds. This is an official Squidbillies hat.
Oh, is it really?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
God's good buddy.
That's outstanding as hell.
Outstanding as hell. Woo!
Bass in a fan.
Yeah. It should have been a damn trumpet. Oh, so
You're 2 for 2 on bitchin' hats. I just have this Carolina Mudcats hat. I think I wore this on the show before. But,
I think you wore it like every time that we've done the show.
Yeah, no, I think I wore a Dodgers hat once, then this one a couple times, and once I came on with fucked up hair when I should have had a hat on probably, but I usually have fucked up hair anyway.
Oh, those were the early pilot episodes, not the professional fucking ABC sponsored fuckers like we have now.
Yeah, not the after school specials like we have now.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, what do you think? How's the weather out there? I'm sure it's just fucking terrible, isn't it?
It's all relative, sir. It's all relative. You know, today it's actually raining like crazy. It's not like pouring. It's California rain, so it's raining. Nothing you can't walk around in. So, but what I did this morning in the rain, we have baseball starting up pretty soon again.
Yeah.
And I'll be coaching, of course, because I'm a dumb jock. And so I went out there and we ripped up all the turf from the infield on the big baseball diamond. We have we have actually 5 diamonds, 2 real little ones and 3 little league diamonds, or pony league diamonds, I should say. And we ripped out the infield of one, and then we did that in the rain. So we braved the elements of California. It's maybe a whopping 60 degrees while raining. And I was wearing, shorts and a t-shirt and a hat while doing it in the rain, of course. And then Nolan had a basketball game, and that was indoors, so we went to that. So yeah, it's very treacherous weather out here right now. It's raining.
Well,
raining and 60.
Yeah, it's we're in survival mode out here in the Great White North. Hey, it's been like fucking 30-mile-an-hour wind, which makes it feel like 27 below, and it's just it's like Hoth or some shit for you Star Wars nerds. Fucking Wampa. I swear to God, I saw that bastard. But no.
The Russians are gonna invade one day with their AT-AT walkers.
Yeah, they're gonna freeze to death because they're not used to this shit.
Use the tow cable.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, I deviated from our course of the our beer tour with this Canadian beer, but I have my eyes on a couple more from like Wisconsin and one right around here. And
are the Wisconsin ones, are those made of fermented milk for all the dairy cows?
No, they're made of fermented cranberries. and black bear fur.
And Packer fan feces.
Yeah, with a little barn hay thrown in there for, the grog.
Yeah, they say that for the mead.
For the puke and grog.
So I guess we should unofficially announce our upcoming beer tour for like June-ish. Would you say the Buzzard's going to do the beer tour of the Midwest?
Yeah, we're going to attempt it, and we should fucking get more people to watch our podcasts and see if we can get some support or maybe some ideas. I mean, I know we can do these breweries.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're not a big loud band or anything. We could just fucking go and play acoustically and play the most fucked up music that anybody's ever heard acoustically. But hey,
redneck, you're coming your way, coming to the Midwest.
What's better than beer and fucked up acoustic music about, murder and drinking and shit.
Murdering, drinking, crashing cars.
Yeah, and Satan.
The devil himself.
But yeah, we should definitely. I don't know. We've kind of shot ourselves in the foot with announcing things before, but because we've fucking done this, we got to stick to the guns with this and do this motherfucker somehow.
Yeah, I'm down, man. I need an excuse to get out of California for a couple of 2-3 days and play music, dude. I mean, getting paid to play music is like, talk about a luxury, you know.
Well, yeah. Well, sometimes.
Well, I mean, like for instance, like I would take a week of vacation off of work gladly, and I'm pretty certain my boss doesn't watch the podcast, so I'm thinking it's safe to say that. So I take a week off work gladly, get vacation pay, and go out there, and while I'm on vacation, get paid to play music, at least a little bit, you know.
Well, yeah, and we can definitely hook up this thing because it's not a far drive in between each in between each place, and fucking we'll have a good time. We'll come home with pocket our cash. I said that backwards.
Yeah, that was funny though. Pocket in our cash.
Yeah, write that down. That's a new song.
Yeah, they paid you, didn't they? Yeah, they paid us in pockets. There's pockets in the cash.
Pocket in our cash. I'm dyslexic. Enunciate the dicks. Fuck, man. But yeah, that'll be pretty good shit. And I hope that we can, kind of unite the world like that fucker from the Boomtown Rats did with We Are the World and whatnot, but with beer and music.
Yeah, I think we could definitely reunite Flyover Country, at the very least.
Well, yeah, I'm
and proper, and our not to toot our own horns, but our music does kick ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me speaking objectively. Our music kicks ass. I can't say anything. And it's just two guys, two acoustic guitars. Once in a while, we'll throw in the Fireplant Electric, and do put some shred nectar over the top. Once in a while, break out the drum machine, put some thunderous drums in the background.
Well,
and we'll destroy the world to little 400 beers, little haunted woods, et cetera, et cetera.
And a lot of my queue of songs was actually written with you, so the buzzard will fly again.
The buzzard will circle again.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we should start touching base on like world issues and shit while we drink beer, as well as we will work on getting a nice fucking intro to this shit and whatnot. But you know what? I'm getting sick and fucking tired of this shit overseas. Like that crap in France and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like, beer would solve that. It would.
I think so. I mean, beer solves a lot of things. And the good news with beer too is if it doesn't solve it, it sure as fuck softens the blow.
Well, yeah, it takes away a little of the sting.
Yeah.
So it's like, especially me going into multimedia journalism. It's just kind of like the world's my oyster here. I just got accepted to St. Ambrose University, so
You're goddamn right you did.
fuck yeah. And so I'm gonna, I don't know, man. We should definitely work on some political shit as well here on our podcast.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about beer and Slapshot. So we should probably work in some actual political issues. Yeah, I actually heard something interesting about this thing in France the other day. The point that somebody made, and I don't remember who it was, but what they talked about was this magazine in France, Charlie, whatever it is. Only two, was it? Maybe not the chart thing. Anyway, remember the a while back there was a cartoon somebody did in the Netherlands or the Great White North or whatever.
Yes, it was in Denmark, and the guy made a picture of Muhammad with a fucking missile for a hat.
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah,
Right.
dared make fun of Muhammad, and so only 2 newspapers globally, national or internationally recognized newspapers ran it. There was one up in Canada that ran it. Go Canada, and then the Denmark one, and no one else had the balls to run it.
Of course.
But now they're all crying about free speech. But what happens with this is when the terrorist group goes in and guns down all these people in the magazine office in Paris, which is fucking horrible, chicken shit to be honest.
Yeah, it's some pussy shit right there.
It is. You walk into well, anyway, I won't go into that yet, but they had the guts to publish stuff all the time. That's what they did. That was their thing. That was their brand. That's great. The Denmark thing, 2 newspapers ran it. The New York Times didn't run it. LA Times didn't run it. Et cetera, et cetera. 2 newspapers ran it, had the balls to run it. But all the newspapers that didn't have the balls to run it before, and let me rephrase that, all the newspapers before that self-censored their own newspaper by not running a thing that was too controversial or fearing the backlash that probably never would have happened, they censored themselves, and now they're crying about, you can't censor people for what they want to publish. They should have the right to publish. Well, you censored yourself.
I know,
So
yes.
that narrows the target down to the 1 or 2 or 3 guys that are publishing it. So, I mean, I'm not going to cast blame on them, but it's very hypocritical to me.
That's where PC meets fucking reality, and it's like 2 trains smashing against each other because it doesn't work. Reality works. Politically correct? Fuck that. If you've got free speech, fuckity fuck, man. And you know what? Fuck religion. I mean, so many, and we listen to a lot of thrash metal and shit, right? And have you ever noticed that there's a common thread of anti-Christianity in their music?
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. But it's one of those things where everybody's terrified now to speak out against Islam or whatever, and it's just like, doesn't everybody see that it's all the same thing? Monotheistic religions can just go suck a fucking dick. I said it, and I don't give a shit. I hope I fucking offended somebody out there, because that's how more people fucking start, listening to us. It's because we shoot our mouth off.
Well, and that's the point, too, is you have the freedom to say that, and you can say that, and if there's people out there who don't like it, well, they don't have to listen to you, and that's perfectly fine with us. That's fine. Do I believe in God? Until somebody proves to me that he exists, no. Do I totally disbelieve in God? Because you can't prove it either way. So, my objective brain says it's human survival instinct to have that thought and to do what others think. It's a survival instinct that protects yourself. Well, I'm not going to go thrash that guy because I'm afraid somebody's going to thrash me. That's one side. But when it comes to a fucking political cartoon, how many times has the New York Times ran something that made fun of, I don't know, Jimmy Swaggart, the
oh yeah,
conservative right, Santorum who loves Jesus, et cetera, et cetera. Mitt Romney for being a Mormon. How many times have they been willing to run stuff like that? No backlash, because Christians don't, go and shoot up a church typically or a newspaper.
Not very much, not even close compared to the Muslims. But here's the thing: the reason why that people go out and tear their hair out and piss their pants in their fucking protests about religion in this fucking country is because they can. They don't get shot down by some militant group that is running the country in a fucking coup or some shit.
I heard something interesting the other day too, that in France, and this is like this kind of hit home here when I heard it. In France, they have a law that says you have the right to disappear. And what that means is that you have the right to go off the grid. You have the right to not have the government follow you. and know what you're doing. Yeah, but they made it a law. But in America, we aren't supposed to need a law like that. It's supposed to be you are free. That's what America was founded upon. You are free to do as you please, as long as you're not hurting somebody. To keep it within the boundaries of the law. And we don't give a shit what you're doing. That's what it's supposed to be. So when did it become that we need a law to tell us we can be free people? Isn't that what we left England from in the first place? I mean, isn't that what we left originally when we founded this country? To be left alone, to do as we please, to worship the way you want, or not worship if that's the case, or live however we wanted to live as long as we're not hurting anybody.
You're right.
You have a fucking law for it. You have the right to disappear. Whereas here, it's going to come to a point where people are going to say, hey, that's a good idea. We need a law like that too. Well, fuckers, that's been the law. That's called the Constitution. It's been here for a long time. We shouldn't need a law for that. But France has to have a law for that. And then I think that's really telling. And it's going to be really interesting to see how the French react to this, because they have a much smaller country, a much smaller footprint on this globe than we have. Like, we can take in a lot of Islamic people, which is fine. And there's a lot of room for them. France, they don't have the luxury, man. Paris is
No, they don't. What's happening though is obviously we are in a way becoming an empire, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are slightly archaic and open to interpretation. Obviously, a lot of people talk about that they're so vague because every other fucking country's constitution is this volumes of fucking shit that you got to wade through. I mean, they've got it down to every single thing. We've just got we got 1, 2, 3, 4, through 14. One of them doesn't even exist anymore. The prohibition of alcohol. Yeah.
Cheers.
That fucking worked out real well, didn't it? Yeah, no, it didn't. But fucking, the problem here is that, there's so many people, especially in our media, and I'm going into the media. But guess what? I don't care. My face is on camera. I'm saying it right now. I'll say what the fuck I want, when the fuck I want, and I don't give a shit. I live in Charlotte, Iowa, everybody. So, if you got a religious problem with me, come walking into this town.
Yeah.
You won't be greeted very well by anyone. But I'm still, it's like, I still believe in freedom of speech. I believe that this is the greatest country to live in on the entire planet, because right now, if I felt like it, I could come out and visit you. And as long as I don't break the laws, I'm not going to get held up by some fucking roadblock, with an assault rifle in my face. I don't have to bribe the authorities. I don't have to, answer to somebody to go get groceries. I could just fucking drive all the way to California and then all the way back to New York City if I wanted to. Just as long as I'm not breaking the laws and I'm not doing anything wrong. What other fucking country lets you do that? Well, maybe Canada. I'm not sure. But thanks for being our hat, eh? But it's kind of funny we're talking about religion, and I'm wearing my God's good buddy fucking hat, man. And this is my show hat, I used to wear it, and it confused the fuck out of people, It fits in around here. It really does. But
that is such an awesome hat. I gotta watch Squidbillies more often. I can't believe I don't recognize the hat. That's so great.
Oh man, you gotta watch the one where it's called Giant Foam Dick Hat Trouble.
Oh yeah, I have seen that one.
That's where he had this hat on. Because he was born again, and he was so awesome. But it's got a fucking semi truck with a cross on the on the trailer.
God's good buddy storming through the clouds. That's awesome. I thought my hat. I have a hat that I had made for Halloween for my costume. It has HTML code, but on the top it just says head, and that's it. For the head section of a website. That was my clever Halloween costume for the nerds at work.
Yeah.
That was cool because it's a big foamy, big foam trucker's hat too, just like that. It's got just a head.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta say hats off to this Cafe Press.
Yeah.
They made this hat,
Oh yeah.
and it's got a towel on the inside of this.
Like terry cloth?
No, real like hotel towel fabric.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's got a cord around the front too.
Oh yeah.
Now that's a real fucking trucker's hat, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got that mesh back with the snapback on it, the snapback fitter.
Oh, the mesh cools off your hot head when you're talking shit, like I always do when I'm fucking drinking beer. It's just amazing. And
off the cranium while you're talking shit, getting all heated in a debate.
this is about the only Christmas present that I got, and much love to my wifey, and thank you very much, Paula, for getting me this fucking sweet ass hat. This is the second one that I had. The other one flew out the window.
Oh,
but,
tragic.
But I just got the same fucking one. They have them all, Booty Hunter, and here's one for you, Google. I've got beer Googles. I get drunk and I know everything.
That's awesome.
Oh fuck! But
yeah, you can actually find a Fire Playing Guitars coffee mug and pint glasses on Cafe Press too, which is really nice, very classy.
And probably even some David's New York style pizza. I don't know.
No, they haven't discovered the internet where David's is. I don't tell the world where David's pizza is.
Not sure where the hell that is.
Probably the world's best pizza, but ironically, I will not announce where they're from.
No, I think I got this in a thrift store. I might have traded it for a bum, for for a pack of smokes.
Yeah. Traded it to a bum for a pack of smokes.
Yeah.
Pack of not filters. What's the other part? Yeah, filters. Just a pack of spent filters.
Yeah, halvesies. That's what they're called in the trailer park. Oh, I get halvesies.
So
fucking
foul.
Burn up, man. But next week let's try and get the Toadmeister on here, and we'll talk about his injury.
From playing fucking frisbee golf.
Yeah, his terrible injury. I want to hear all about it, and I'm sure he'll make it good. And I will. I think I'll go with maybe like a brown ale or something different next week.
I'll find something proper. I'm enjoying this 22-ounce bottle kick I've been on lately because I get, I fill up the pint glass and you got that decadence of just a little bit left in the bottle. It's always just enough for me.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see. I might hit the local Whole Foods and see what they got. They have a tremendous beer selection. Props to Whole Foods.
Yeah, we've got Hy-Vee, and it has an excellent beer selection. And if I start, the Tallgrass is where we'll potentially start our tour in Kansas. I had some of that Buffalo Sweat vanilla bean, and now they've got their 8-bit ale, which he says
ale.
The beer guru there, who really is a beer guru, he was just like, it's got some sort of Cosmos hops in it, man. It makes it just like it just destroys your palate, man. It's just so good.
Destroys your palate. They call it the palate destroyer.
Nefarious palate destroyer.
Nefarious robotic palate destroyer from hell.
Oh, and the Demolition Hammer song for the week is Omnivore.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
Please listen to it.
That was unnecessary for me to say that was a great song, because they're all great, but Demolition Hammer.
I'm trying to figure out if it's about a killer whale.
I don't know. Listen to it again.
Yeah, you'll check out the lyrics and listen. We need to examine that one because they say nefarious mandibles in it, and I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
yeah. Nefarious mandibles.
But split by the wrath of a blubber lance. That's a narwhal, I think.
Blubber Lance.
A blubber lance. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Demolition Hammer's the fucking greatest.
Yeah,
Ever.
they're the smartest band ever.
Oh,
Lyrics mode, omnivore lyrics. I'm actually looking it up right now.
okay. I think it's either about whale hunting or a whale attack.
Hey, listen to the first line. Hostile, rapacious, predatory menace.
Yeah.
Shrouded in a veil of obscurity. Tooth-studded jaws, omnivorous appetite, abrasive placed weaponry. Decontorsicating. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's a metal. Yeah, metal bands are stupid. Here's a word. Decontorsicating, that they fit into their fucking lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Decontorsicating evokes excruciating painful injury from an epidermal wound. Titanic primeval butcher. Oh my god, that's great.
so fucking awesome.
Pressure sensors, not sensors, sensors, sensores, submerged in anatomy. That I would say would be teeth in flesh, fluid-filled tubes, extended impulse nerves, the scent of blood, insights in ravishment, ominous reconnaissance, irresolution, preceding systematic slaughter, quintessent carnivorous piscine. That's to do with fish. Yes.
Yeah, Piscine. Well, that's actually an era of the fucking dinosaurs, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Piscine era. Yeah.
Yeah. To do with water creatures.
Right. Probably the Ice Age.
Yeah. Desperate diversion, elusive maneuvers erupt in a frenzy, impelling, determined attack. Split by the wrath of a blubber lance. There it is. Pain is not conceived. Evil-smelling mass unleashed, indulging in an autophagus feast. Defy the force of a power-driven spear, lewd monstrosity. That's the name of our next album, Lewd Monstrosity.
Fuck yeah. Besides,
oh my god, these lyrics are great.
The miracle of fermentation.
Lewd Monstrosity. Yeah. So for our fans, out there, look up Omnivore by Demolition Hammer, and you will not be disappointed.
Yes. Nefarious mandible.
Nefarious mandibles. Your jaw is nefarious. Is the only way I can describe your jaw.
Oh. Down to the bottom. That's awesome, though, man. Fucking, but yeah, we should work on getting some sort of, intro to this thing. People that have watched it that I've known have really enjoyed the show, and so
we're pretty after all. I mean, we're nice to look at.
Yeah. Woo!
Wow!
Oh shit. Well, next time I'll break out the shotgun too.
Fucking popcorn ceiling comes showering down, and a chandelier drops behind you.
Yeah. Woo!
Outstanding as hell.
Yeah, I need a new skylight. But
just in time for winter.
well, fuck. But yeah, that's about all I got. I'm almost out of beer, so let's call it wraps. And
yes.
That's if anybody's watching, tell your fucking friends, even if they're gonna hate it, please. Tell them to watch, because that's what we're going for. The more people, the merrier. Send us hate mail. You can do so at I don't know.
ChilianBlasto@gmail.com.
ChilianBlasto@gmail.com. Please send hate mail. Tell us how offended you are. Or tell us that you tried the beers that we're drinking, and then, send us messages that you're going to buy a lot of it, and then the beer companies will like us, and then we're on the fucking way. Then everybody wins.
And then in the next couple of weeks, what we'll have to do too is we'll have to post a map of where the beer tours are going to be. The Buzzard Music Beer Tour of 2015.
Okay, I'll I'll get out the crustiest fucking atlas I can find. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fucking
never mind the Google Maps. Let's go straight to the Atlas.
yeah. I'm gonna fucking scan that son of a bitch with all sorts of fucked up writing and little doodles.
Highlights
that.
all over it. This is where Grandma's house is.
Yeah, hey, if there's anybody in this trailer court, can we have a place to crash? We're fucking cheap. You know, right here with a bullseye and a bomb flying towards it.
I got me a pick-em-up truck out back. You can sleep in there. Really fucking tired.
Yeah. Well, they don't allow camping, but we do anyways. Fuck it.
Can I set a bonfire in the back of your truck, sir? Oh, yeah, I do it all the time there. Here's the Duraflam.
Yeah. Fucking let's blow up a fucking propane tank and we'll fucking cut out of town.
That sounds like a good time. Yeah, let's do that.
Fuck yeah, man.
Well,
But
I'd want to get my hands on one of those black bomb things with the big wick in it, and I want to roll that into the trees in the forest and watch it blow shit up.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm actually a little worried, but I'll still do it.
Woo! Red, white, and black. It is. They are. Yeah. Well, we'll have fun. But anyways, I'll be in touch, man. I'm gonna get the fuck off of here, and we will be back at it next Saturday.
Indubitably. We'll have more proper beer, we'll talk more shit, and we'll know more by then, because we will have learned a whole week's worth of knowledge by then.
Yeah, and we'll pay more attention to some topics and shit like that, so we can just completely just put them on the grill.
And solve the world's problems all in one spot.
We will. We will solve the world's problems on Chili and Blasto's Hour of Intellect. Fucking A. Crowbar.
All right, Chili and Blasto signing off. Kids, be good. Talk to you next week.